We have some more breaking news to get to here on Philadelphia Eagles Now by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. Appreciate all of you for being here with us. And yes, all teams in the NFL are trimming their rosters down to 53 players, but the Eagles making a trade this afternoon with the Denver Broncos for tight end Albert Okwuegbunam. Adam Schefter breaking the news just moments ago on this Tuesday afternoon by saying this: Broncos have traded Albert O and a 2025 7th-round pick to the Eagles in exchange for a 2025 6th-round pick. Now, the plan originally was for Denver to actually waive Albert Okwuegbunam. He slid down that tight end depth chart over the last couple of years since being a 4th-round pick out of Mizzou in 2020. But Schefter saying before the Broncos officially turned his name into the league office to cut him, they did get interest from the Eagles. They were able to make a trade work. And for Denver, they now get compensation back for a player who popped off in the preseason finale, who they were otherwise going to let go. They get some compensation back instead. This is why you subscribe to the show, because whenever the Eagles make a move, I'm here to break it down for you. So hit that sub button. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers. And a programming reminder, once the Eagles' initial 53-man roster is set, which should be any moment now, you can expect another video, so keep your eyes peeled out for that. More on Albert O. Pretty interesting story. My first job out of Temple University when I was trying to enter the broadcasting industry, I actually took it in Springfield, Illinois, working for Channel1450.com, a digital sports network in the center of the state. And I actually covered Albert Okwuegbunam when he was playing for Sacred Heart Griffin High School for legendary head coach Ken Leonard. That program is a terrific program in the state. They actually just came off a state championship last year as Ken Leonard was able to walk off into the sunset. He deserved his he retired and deserved to go out with a state championship. He did that, and when I was working there, Albert Okwuegbunam started at that high school. Went on to play at Missouri. He balled out with Drew Lock. He was an all-SEC freshman team member and then a 2-time second-team all-SEC player. 6'5", 258. A lot of size, but in the pre-draft process in 2020, at that size, he ran a 4.49 40-yard dash. So the college production was there, and then he really soared up draft boards because of that production, but also because of the athletic profile. And that's why I like this move for Philadelphia. They're giving up late-round draft compensation for a player with a lot of upside, and what Philadelphia's been able to do at that tight end spot, really my entire lifetime, develop that position really well. I'm not sure what this means for some of the backup tight ends on this roster. Jack Stoll, Grant Calcaterra. They already had let go of Dan Arnold as well as Brady Russell. Russell might come back to the practice squad, but this is a weapon for this Eagles offense as a pass catcher, and he can play in some of these 2 tight end sets for Philadelphia. Of course, Dallas Goedert is going to require a lot of attention, and he's going to get a lot of looks from Jalen Hurts in this offense. But as far as a backup tight end goes, you could certainly do worse than Albert Okwuegbunam. Throughout his career, 26 games up to this point, 54 catches, 546 yards, 4 touchdowns, more than 10 yards per catch. Early in his career, did suffer a torn ACL, but the last couple of years has come back from that injury and is fine. He did slide down the Broncos depth chart, and now that this new regime came to the Mile High City led by Sean Payton, he really wasn't in the mix. Instead, you look at what the Broncos have at that tight end position: Adam Troutman, Greg Dulcich, the tight end out of UCLA who played under Chip Kelly there. He's a good player. And then Chris Manhertz as well is their tight end 3. For Albert O, never has been able to really find his groove as a player in this league. It's been really up and down. I think he suffered from some confidence issues, and last year was really out of that rotation for Nathaniel Hackett and didn't really see the field all that much. Only 10 catches, 95 yards, and a touchdown. He was a healthy scratch on multiple occasions. But you look at what he did in 2020 and in 2021, you certainly see the ability there. No season better than in 2021 for Albert O. 33 catches, 330 yards, 2 touchdowns, and that average yards per catch hovering around 10 up to this point in his career. But in the NFL preseason, Albert O went off, especially in the preseason finale, in which he had more than 100 yards in that game. And his preseason numbers, 7 catches, 109 yards, 15.5 yards per catch with the touchdown. He made this sliding catch in that final preseason game that made the rounds on social media. It appeared on SportsCenter. Again, the ability is there. I just think he needed a change of scenery to go to a better organization to reinstill some of that confidence, but to also use him to his advantage. And his advantage is a guy who can go down the numbers, go down the seam, and make plays as a guy who stands at 6'5", 260 pounds, and freakishly ran a 4.49 40-yard dash at the Combine in 2020. So with that, let's tee up this question for the audience. Do you like the trade for Albert O? Elite nickname and a pretty tricky last name, but because I covered him in high school, I know how to say it. Okwuegbunam. Give me a Y for yes or an N for no. So as I talked about, the Eagles already let go of Brady Russell. The other day they cut Dan Arnold. Right now, going into at least Tuesday without Albert O, this is what that Eagles tight end depth chart was looking like, and we'll see if this is how it stands when the Eagles trim their roster down to 53 players. Dallas Goedert, the second best all-around tight end in the NFL. I'm talking receiving and blocking behind George Kittle. Travis Kelce is a pass-catching tight end. He's in a different category, but I'm very high on Goedert this year. Jack Stoll, a serviceable backup. Grant Calcaterra, really good athleticism. Stoll and Calcaterra are not as talented as Albert O. He just needs to tap into that potential. It needs to translate to the game field. So you look at these trade details here. Philadelphia giving up a 2025 6th-round pick, the Eagles receiving Albert O and that 2025 7th-round pick. So for the Eagles here to get a 7th-round pick back additionally, I think they win this trade absolutely going away. As for the players who have been let go by Howie Roseman in this front office as of this recording, and again, the entire list, we'll tell you about it once we get it, and the Eagles have that 53-man initial roster set. Devin Allen, Britton Covey, Greg Ward, Brady Russell, so long Aaron Sipos, Josiah Scott, Trey Sermon, Joseph Nagata, Julian Good-Jones, and Nicholas Morrow are the players as of this recording who have been released by Philadelphia. Still a couple more roster moves that we don't know as of yet who are going to be a part of that roster going down to 53 players. And, of course, Albert Okwuegbunam now going to count toward that 53-man roster for Philadelphia heading into the 2023 season. Make sure you subscribe, as you see below as well. Turn on those notifications because anytime we go live, anytime we push out a video, you will get that push notification on your computer or on your phone, and you'll be able to become a smarter Eagles fan by subscribing here to the show. I'm Chase Sr. This is Philadelphia Eagles Now. Albert O is headed to Philly, and we just gave you the best video about him on YouTube right now as far as Eagles YouTube content creators out there, and we appreciate you for the support.